Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here. I am Amy if you're new around here, and if you've been here before then welcome back. So today we're just going to do a short and sweet lower body stretch. So this is perfect if you've just been for a run, or you've just done a lower body workout, or you've spent all your day on your feet and you just feel like your legs need a little bit of love. So we're going to get started straight away coming into our toes pose. So can't neglect the feet, even if we're focusing on the legs. So tucking under all 10 toes, using the fingers to help you make sure all the toes are in contact with the mat. And just maybe rocking from side to side, moving the weight from front to back until you find that sweet spot where you're getting that perfect stretch. This might feel very intense, so just stay connected to the breath, taking deep breaths in and out through the nose. And let's release from our toe stretch, maybe giving the feet a little tap on the mat to let the blood rush back into the toes, and then coming back to sit on the heels, rocking the weight back, stretching into the front of the legs, into the shins, taking it as far back as is good for you today. And release, once again, rocking forwards, tapping out through the legs, and then coming into a tabletop position. Let's inhale, extend that right leg out behind, and then exhale, step that right foot to the outside of the right hand, maybe lengthening the stance as we come into our lizard pose. You can roll onto the outside edge of that right foot, and you can stay upright, or you can take it down onto the elbows. So once again, just maybe rocking from side to side, from front to back, just feeling into the stretch and taking it to your personal edge. So really getting into the hips here. Now, either staying down on the forearms or coming up onto the hands, you're going to bend that left foot in and reach the right hand around for the outside of that left foot, coming into a quad stretch. You might just draw it in just a few inches, or you might carry on drawing it towards your glute. And just play around with being on the hand versus on the forearm. One variation might feel more intense for you. Personally, for me, being up on my hand is more intense, but for you, being down on the forearm might take it a little bit deeper for you. Now release that back foot. Now you're going to walk that front foot back towards centre, so the hands are framing the foot, and then straighten that front leg, rocking back onto the right heel, drawing the hips back in space, stretching through the back of the right leg. You can inhale, find a little bit of length, and then exhale, maybe fold down over that leg. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears, keeping a nice long spine. And then rock your way back into your low lunge and just step it back into your tabletop position. Inhale, extend that left leg out behind. Exhale, stop that left foot to the outside of the left hand, maybe coming onto the outer edge of the left foot, maybe coming down onto the forearms, maybe swaying around in circles or rocking from side to side. And then either staying on the forearms or coming up onto your hands, bending that right foot in, reaching around and drawing that foot in towards the glutes. So stretching through the hips, stretching through the glutes, and we're also getting a nice opening across the chest here. This side might feel really different from the other side, and that's okay. Just take it to the edge of the stretch on this side, using your breath as a barometer of whether you've gone too far. So if the breath has become short and constricted, then maybe just back off a little bit. Now release that foot, walking the left foot in and then straightening that left leg as we come into our half splits. So trying to keep the hips reasonably square, so they might be a little bit wonky and that's okay, but if they're totally veering off to one side, just try and bring them a little bit more square. As before, inhaling to find some length and exhaling to find some depth. Now rock back forward into your low lunge and then making your way back to a tabletop position. Now press your way up into a yogi squat position. So feet are about hip width apart, toes are pointing out at an angle. You can bring the hands to press at heart center. The heels might be lifted off the mat and that's okay. They don't have to reach the floor. Just keep a nice long spine here, so drawing the chest forward and the shoulders back, keeping one nice long line between the head, the heart and the hips. Using that dynamic opposition between the elbows and the knees to find even more of an opening through the hips. Then just plonk yourself down on the mat, extend those legs out long, and let's flow through some folds. So inhale, reach up, exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up, exhale, reach them towards the toes. Inhale, reach, exhale, fold and hold. Hinging from the hips, maybe bending and straightening one leg at a time. The knees can be as deeply bent as you need to. So the aim here is not to reach the toes. We want to be thinking of drawing our chest forwards rather than drawing it down. As you're ready, start to press your way back up. Now you're going to turn to face the long edge of your mat and extend those legs out wide. Now your legs do not have to be as wide as mine, so bring them as wide or as narrow as works for you. Inhale to get long, exhale, maybe starting to walk those hands forwards, really opening up through the inner thighs and keeping those feet nice and active. You might sway from side to side, noticing how that takes the stretch into different places. You might stay upright, or you might work your way down towards a fold. Press your way back up, and then you can just bring those legs together, finishing in a comfortable cross-legged seat. I hope your legs feel a little bit better than they did at the start of those 10 minutes. It's a great practice to return to again and again, to maybe build up some flexibility in the lower body. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and a comment and subscribe to see more from me. Thank you so much.